Today, we're going to talk about when you can't let go. When you love someone, when you want to be with someone, and when for reasons you just don't understand or agree with, they end the relationship. It is a heartbreaking thing. And the longer you've been in the relationship, the more difficult it can be for you to let go. And I know that there are many, many people who have had or are having the experience of being unable to let go. Now, there are those situations where a relationship ends and many, many months or years later, you find yourself stuck, still mourning the loss and yearning for the thing you no longer have. This experience, when you can't seem to let go, when you can't get the person out of your mind, when you are still wanting and yearning, believing that things will change and somehow, someday, you will be together again. Now that goes beyond heartbreak. It's a level of emotional and psychological pain that can and often does affect every single aspect of your life. When you have done everything you know how to do, tried everything in your power to move on, to live beyond a failed relationship or an ended relationship, and you still find yourself sad most of the time, alone in the crowd, and yearning for a connection to someone who has disconnected from you, rest assured, there is a way out and there is a prescription for healing. You cannot let go of a relationship. In fact, it's not the relationship at all. It's the need within yourself that you believe the other person fills. That's what keeps you stuck. You see, whenever we attach our healing needs to another person, that person's absence will intensify the need. Now, this does not mean you didn't love the other person, nor does it mean that the relationship was not meaningful, fulfilling, and productive. It simply means that there's a part of you, an aspect of your identity or consciousness that does not believe you have the capacity to give yourself all that you need and desire. Instead, that aspect of yourself is seeking and expecting to find someone else, someone you think can only give you what you can give yourself. We are talking here about love, satisfaction, peace, joy, fun, whatever you believe you receive from the other person, you have it all within yourself. And your soul is urging you to find it, pull it up, acknowledge, accept, and appreciate it. Now, another way of saying this would be, what you're looking and reaching for out there, you got to find it in here. Keeping it attached to another person is the way your ego distracts you from doing your own inner work. Now, take a breath. Please hear me. I am in no way minimizing the heartache, the heartbreak, or the devastation that you experience when you lose a loved one. Not by any means. Whether it's death or physical separation, there comes a time when you must simply make the choice to let go. This does not mean you stop loving. It means you give yourself permission to stop yearning and find a way to give yourself what you believe the other person took with them. There's a little known secret about loving other people. As human beings, we believe that people come into our lives and give us love. That's not the truth. The truth is, people come into our lives to teach us the depth of our own capacity to love. You see, when we are in a relationship or when we love someone, we think it's about them, who they are, what they do, how they make us feel. But the reality is that loving someone is about you and your capacity to be open, vulnerable, available, and accessible to your own loving. Okay? The challenge is we focus externally on them because we do not recognize and realize that love is a function of the soul, not a person. Now, giving credit where credit is due, that person, the focus of your yearning and your loving, awakens something in you. Key word here, within you. The love that you were giving and receiving is the love that you are. It was your love that made you feel fulfilled. You just had somewhere to focus it for a little while. It was giving your love that was so satisfying. It was the opening of your heart that gave you the feeling of joy. The other person was simply the focus of your attention at the time. Remember, a reason or a season. The reason you can't let go is because we are taught to believe that we need someone else to focus on in order to experience love. Now, that's one way. It's a good way. It's a feel-good way, but it is not the only way. Once you understand that the person you are focused on has simply opened your heart to express love, you can reclaim your capacity to love and focus it elsewhere, on yourself or someone else. Holding on to a broken, failed, or completed relationship is a tool of the negative ego. The negative ego is the aspect of mind that reinforces dominant negative thought patterns. Things like, I'm not good enough. Things are like, I'll never have what I want, or nothing ever works out for me. And the big one, I need someone to make me special, to make me feel good, to make me whole. Lies. Nothing but lies. You are whole and complete within yourself. You are love, and you can experience love from the inside out. You can let go, and here's how. First, train your mind. The yearning, missing, wanting, feeling bad, it is a function of the mind, not of the heart or the soul. There is a thought or a train of thoughts that you are holding that has you stuck. There is something you are telling yourself about the person or your feelings about that person that is not grounded in love. It is grounded in self-depreciation. It is grounded in the lack of self-value. It is grounded in codependence. Train your mind to focus on you rather than the other person. How do you do that? Well, anytime you get the sad feeling or have a thought about who you are missing, wanting, needing, take a breath and change the thought. It's just that simple. Now you got to train your mind to do it, and you'll get better at it. But at the moment that that missing, yearning thing comes up, take a breath and say, I'm loving me right now. I'm feeling my love right now. Remember, your heart has been open to love, so give it to yourself. Now, be mindful when you're really ready to let go. Be mindful not to entertain any thoughts about why the relationship ended, what the person did or said, who they are with, and why they are not with you. Okay? Stay away from those toxic thoughts. Refuse to allow your mind to entertain any thought that will lead you down a path of suffering. Stop the train on the tracks, even if it means saying out loud, no, or stop. Replace that vagrant thought with a loving thought about yourself. Even if it's, I'm okay, I can do this. I'm choosing to let go. Choice is your power. Here's another way. Be grateful. Instead of thinking about what you are missing or what you no longer have, be grateful for the experience of feeling and experiencing the depth of your own loving. Be grateful for the time you had, the good experiences you had, the good feeling you had. Shift those memories and feelings from the place of what you no longer have into a place of gratitude for what you have experienced. Smile about it, laugh about it, and above all, be grateful for it, because once you get grateful for what you had, more of that will show up. Finally, I want to speak specifically to the end of an intimate, loving relationship. When a love ship that you really want ends, regardless of the reason it ends, there is a part of you that still wants the other person. No matter how bad the relationship was or how bad it ended, regardless of whether the person was an angel or a fool, a part of you still wants them and would take them back in a heartbeat. Here's the key. Don't deny that part of you. Very often we get stuck in holding on to a relationship because we deny that part of us that wants it so badly. Give that part of you a voice. Write out those feelings, write out those thoughts, talk about it to someone, but don't deny those feelings. Don't give them permission to take control. The part of you that still wants that person has a right to exist. However, the part of you that knows it's over must create and maintain boundaries. That means no booty calls, no calling and hanging up, no lurking around the corners to create an accidental sighting. Let the whole, complete, loving adult part of you that respects you and knows how to maintain your dignity take the wheel. Have boundaries for what you will and will not do. Have boundaries for what you will and will not think. Tell the part of you that still wants that person, I know you want that, but it's just not good for you. You can't have it because it's just not good for you right now. So let's go take a nap or eat something that tastes good. Take care of that part of you. Don't deny it exists, but don't allow it to control you. You can let go in the mind, the heart, and the soul, remembering that you are the love you want, the love you give, and the love you seek. You can let go once you really, really believe that. Remember, what you experienced as love was the love that you are. You can let go.